Hey everyone, welcome to the Playback Podcast presented by Car, your weekly podcast featuring America's favorite dancers, hosted by America's favorite road warriors. We are your hosts, Jocelyn, Kristyn, and Julie, and we are going into an 11-week show weekend.
11 show
weekend. See, our brains are already fried.
So we had 11 shows this past weekend, and now we have 9 shows this upcoming weekend.
Yes, it's been insane. We have our 3 different brands all going across the country. We are having some 800 act shows.
It's insane.
It's been wild, but we are having the absolute best time. So we cannot wait to celebrate and recognize you. Let's get started.
I'm going to kick things off from Car, Minneapolis. It was a sweet show. I do have to say I love Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to be real. I love every show that we go to. I had the opportunity to go to Minneapolis last season, so coming back this season, I was really excited. We were in a ballroom, so we had a built stage. Merch was able to be inside, so that's always a treat for merch, I feel, because then they get to watch. Yeah. It's so fun. So I'm literally going to hit you with 3 bangers right off the top, okay? First, I saw the soloist, Act 178, Left a Good Job in the City from Project 52 Dance Co. It's that... I can't think of the song right now. I'm like hearing it in my head, but I can't. Rolling.
Oh yeah, rolling down the river.
Yeah, it was that song.
Proud Mary.
Yes, but they called it "Left a Good Job in the City," and I loved it. So she came out in like a blazer, and you could see that she had something on underneath that was like flashy and fun. And I was like, oh, she's about to kill it. The facial expressions from the moment she hit the stage, I was so excited. I put a star. I was locked in by her facial expressions immediately. How are you so charismatic, and can you teach me? Like, I loved everything about her performance quality on her face, and her choreography matched it. You can tell her choreographer knows her to a T about her, like how she can do her facials and everything. I loved her. And then I saw Act 185 Rock Rebel, Jax. Same studio, another star. Are you joking? He was wearing a pink leather jacket, absolutely killing it. Started out the solo. It was like a whole like pink moment. Started out with I'm coming up and you better get this part. And he started like this. Like literally just like was like this, like staring into the judge's eyes with his tongue out. And I was like, you better work. I looked over at Brittany and I was like, I love this kid. Wow. I loved him. So, right, I loved the girl and I loved the little boy. Then they come out and do a duet. Oh, and they're both so charismatic on stage. Mm-hmm. They had Act 189 LOVE. And I said, in all caps, both of the two above together? Yeah. Question mark. I was obsessed with both of them separately, but then they did a duet. So I was like, are you kidding me? Like, how am I supposed to, live now that I've seen all of this? I said that both of them together are fantastic, and I really just hope that they are besties in real life, because the way that they perform together, like at one point in their duet, she picks him up like carrying him like a baby, and he's like, and cute. It was like so stinking cute, and I love them, and they were great dancers and great performers, and they look like they were having fun during awards too, which makes it even more fun. Oh, I loved them.
Love that.
And their group routines, too, were really great. Okay, anyways. The two of them love their solos, love their duet. I'm obsessed.
Work.
Love it.
All right, I'll kick it off. I was in Chicago this weekend with Ultra. Oh, so much talent in Chicago. It was so fun. I'm going to start with 446. This is called Return Hope from Visceral Dance Center. The soloist, her name was Ashley. Wow. Starting off, 15 to 19, ultra competitive, first overall, supercharged, ultra competitive performance with a 294.8.
Wow.
Crazy. Her movement quality, y'all, insane. But then she'd give you leg and give you movement while the leg was like 180 in the air.
Wow.
Okay.
Absolutely insane. She started off so strong right away. It's like, I just love when people like from the first second, like bring you in right away. Like it's not like a slow burn. Like she came from like right away, like look and like boom, movement quality, like charging down stage, like where you were just like, okay, like she's saying
Keep
something.
going.
Yeah, she's telling us something.
I'm in.
You know, yeah. And just till the very last second, I was just like, oh my gosh, this girl's insane. Yeah, she was so good. And I just had the best time watching her. Like, movement quality, crazy. For anyone, honestly, just a dancer in general. I'm not even going to say, like, for her age. Like, just in general, movement quality and, like, her attack and her focus was just, wow. Insane. Blew me away.
Love
Crazy.
it. Okay, I was in Car Detroit this weekend. We actually had 2 Detroit shows for Car this weekend. I was at the first one, and I'm going to talk about this first studio. I've never seen them before, and I'm now their biggest fan of all time. Their name is Dance Trilogy, and they're from Coldwater. This is Doug and Autumn. They're the ones that are running this program over there, and they are doing a fantastic job. Starting with, on Friday night, you know, Friday, you're coming in. It's like the first day. You're like, cool. Everyone's going to be, you know, getting in the feel. These 3 dancers for Act 325 Barbie, they showed up and they were committed. They first got pushed out in their Barbie boxes. Like,
I love a Barbie box.
So good.
Committed.
Yeah,
like,
not moving.
And already I was like, okay, I love them because they're like so committed to the bit.
In it.
And the whole routine was so good. The music choices, the personality. And I feel like also as you get older, again, it's hard to do those character routines without coming off like cheesy. Yeah. They did it so well. It was just like in the year of the Barbie, well done. Like did it justice. So yeah, I was obsessed with them. So then the whole weekend I was just looking for every time they were going to be on stage. The next one I want to touch on is 259 The Village. This was their first overall intermediate small group 15 to 19. So clearly they have that versatility because they're doing these character routines, but then they come out and they do these beautiful lyrical routines, and they have that stage presence where they really are good at that storytelling element. So this was just a stunning routine, but the one that really took the cake for us was Act 445, What About Us? They received first overall secondary line 15 to 19, as well as the People's Choice Award. So let me just say, first of all, for our Industry Dance Awards People's Choice Award, normally that's like a elite level performance receiving that. Like normally it's like that's the one that represents the whole weekend. This routine brought all of us to tears. This routine was dedicated to all of the school shootings that have happened throughout the entire history of America, and every single dancer would pull down their dress and it would have a different school name and year. It was like and I already knew because I was talking to them in the lobby about it, so I was already mentally prepared, but even just watching it, it was like so impactful, and they did such a beautiful job with it. It's hard when you're doing story concepts that are really emotional and real, and
like that's very real.
People. And our head judge Mary Gold was just sitting there sobbing. I don't even know if she was able to get a word out. It was so beautifully done, and so that was choreographed by Autumn. Beautiful job. You and your team really just did justice, and I think it was a really beautiful moment throughout the whole weekend and set the tone for everything. So I was just, Dance Trilogy Coldwater was one of my favorite that I've seen throughout the whole season so far, and that comes down to Doug and the team. And even at awards, like they're the ones that are like have all the crazy stuff on, and they're like hyping us up. Like it was just such a good energy the whole weekend. So thank you guys. I'm so happy I finally got to work a show with you, and I just hope that I get to see more because I loved you guys.
I'm going to take it back to Car Minneapolis. I have one more from that one that I wanted to give a shout out to. It was Act 241 all by myself. Dancer Elena Matson from 218 Dance Studio. I'm going to be real, before I knew like why they came to the weekend, I knew from the moment she walked out on stage that we were in for it. Obviously, it was All by Myself by Celine Dion. Love that song. Celine is great. She got a 292 Elite Ultimate Performance. She won title. She got first overall. I loved her performance, like from beginning to end, technique, charisma. You could tell she loves what she does. And when she was leaving that day, it was the last day, her and her sister came up with her mom and they were like, hey, like this is our first time coming to Car. I practically begged my studio to get us registered for it. Never been. This was my birthday gift. Her birthday gift was to come to Car. She won everything. Amazing. And she was like, I'm convincing my whole studio to come next year. Like, we want to come to all the brands. And I was like, you guys would do well at Ultra. You would do well at Rainbow. Like, come to Car Convention.
That's
like,
so cool.
It was so cool.
So
They're
sweet.
training their dancers really well at 218. And I'm excited to hopefully see them next season. come on down. Come hang out with us. Maybe come try our convention first. Your dancers got those car convention scholarships. Our registration is opening soon. You better sign up because we're coming to Minneapolis too. It's our first time in a while coming to Minneapolis, and I really hyped it up over the weekend that we would be there. So all of the dancers that won car convention scholarships there, come on out. We're coming out. I think it's like in November, I believe. Mm-hmm. Come take class with us. We'll see you there. Julie said. Come on. But yeah, congratulations to Elena Matson and her sister. They did a fantastic job this past weekend. It was a pleasure.
Work. All right. Another one from Ultra Chicago. This was Act 408, United in Grief from Elevate Dance Experience. Wow. First of all, just wow. Mm-hmm. Crazy. It's a Kendrick Lamar song. Yes. It was a hip-hop group.
Okay.
Nope, like not hip hop contemporary, like full on hip hop group in sneakers.
And you
first
love that.
Overall. Yeah, like crazy. They had these 4 metal benches that they were using, and the way they used their prop was crazy. Like how much they moved it and integrated it into their movement. Oh, their musicality was crazy. And just the versatility in these dancers, Chicago in general. There were a bunch of studios that would come out and do their like really cool contemporary, all these lines and all this technique, and then they would come out and smash a hip-hop routine.
Wow.
And I was like, the training in Chicago is crazy. A lot of their solos too, they would have a like contemporary solo, and then they would come out and do a hip-hop solo. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, yeah, like the training in Chicago is, they're doing it. They're training. I love it. But yeah, this dance was absolutely crazy. They had me until the very last moment. Like everyone's like sitting on the bench, their hands are in like their face, and then there's like a huh at the end, and like the boy stands up, and I was like, woo! Yeah. Like it had me till the very last second. Like it was so good. Wow. Yeah. Crazy. I'm gonna be thinking about that one. Yeah. That was great.
Love it. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is also from Car Detroit, and this studio is Rhythm and Jump. You guys, I was not ready, okay? So first of all, Act 479, Give It To Me Baby. This dancer's name is Charles Dennis. I was looking for his name throughout the entire weekend. From the second he stepped out on stage, I said, who is that? He received first overall Elite Solo 12 to 14, Mr. Teen Dance, and an Ultimate Elite Performance Class Award. He was the perfect example of an effortless dancer.
Okay.
His jumps were insane. His turns were insane. The technique, the movement quality, everything was so controlled, but so effortless at the same time. Like, you know, he's working hard to execute what he's doing, but it's just looks like that's just how he moves. Yeah. It was so stunning to watch. And the same thing, like it carries over because that was for lyrical, but even in his jazz routines, like there's just something so like smooth about him, and I just ate it up. It was so good. I know our judges loved it, and yeah, I thought it was just him, okay? But then these groups come out. But then these groups come out, and they all have it.
It's in the training.
Yeah, there's something in like the little nuances of like the attention to detail where they're really dancing. It's not necessarily like a clean, turn, da. It's very like they find those moments to take those breaths, and they do it as a team, and they do it individually throughout the routine, but it just, I don't know, it adds a little something extra, and I feel like it helps you connect to them in a way. So I don't know. I was just blown away by them. Act 339, Le Parc Belmont was their first overall elite duet trio 15 to 19. And they also had this, but it was more of like a jazzy French cool style. But they still had that underlying tone of like, we're cool, but we attack, but it's like not too.
They're like chill about it.
Yeah, it's so, I don't know how to explain it. It was so well done. And yeah, they like, even when they were doing a little funky one, like their 467 Super Freak, they had like an all girl gang come out, and it was like that really fun old school song, like that girl's a super freak. And the choices that they decided to do to that routine, I was like, that is so fun. Like I would never hear the song and be like, oh yeah, I want to choreograph a dance to this. Like it's a fun song, but the way they did it, now I think that should be a comp song. Like for real. Like I think that I could see that becoming like a little trend for this new jazzy edgy style that we're starting to see, I think it was a really good fit. So anyway, congratulations to Rhythm and Jump. I was so excited to see you guys, and I've never seen them before. So thanks for joining us at Car Detroit. You guys were awesome.
Okay, I am going to cover a routine from Car Hampstead. And you probably saw social media posts about this little firecracker. Her name's Roxy Brennan. Outlet Dance Complex. This was Act 262, Roxy. I mean, okay, so across the entire 11 shows, people were excited to hear how Hampstead was going, because I believe it was our first year going to Hampstead.
Correct. We did Fredericksburg before.
Yes. And then we went to Hampstead. So I was excited when they posted some videos from the event, and they posted this one. And the last time I saw Roxy Brennan on the Car stage was when she did her I Need a Hero dance.
Baby.
And she was a baby back then. And now she's like 10 years old and she's killing it. And I always knew she was going to be a little firecracker, and she was already trying to do these crazy tricks at 5-6 years old. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that she was already trying to do them and now she's executing them is crazy. So I saw the performance on social media. You guys probably saw it too. And it's the moment when they say, Roxy, and she hits this like, and she like smiles and she feels it. And you can tell, like I have goosebumps right now.
Her quality is crazy.
Because the way that you can tell that she's feeling it in that moment made me feel it, and I literally have goosebumps all over my body. For a 10-year-old dancer to be feeling something like that is crazy. Yep.
And then her technique backs it up tenfold too. So you're just like, what?
Yeah, she's fighting for those turns. She killed it. Good job,
can't
Rox.
even believe, like I just put like the video and her performance speaks for itself. She is the definition of a star. Mm-hmm. She's a rock star. I can't wait to see how far she goes. They're going to be wanting her for world tours at 15 years old. Yep. And how are they going to do that?
She's just one of those kids where it's like they have that X factor or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. It's like you can teach them to continue working on it, but like they're just born with it. You know what I mean?
Like she came out the womb
ready to
smiling,
dance.
I'm Roxy, you know?
Yes.
And I want to be her when I grow up.
Same.
Like literally, like I'm like sitting up, like talking to you guys. I know. I'm so excited.
No, I know. She's one of our DAC ambassadors, and I'm just so proud of her. Her growth. She's the best kid. She has the best heart. She's the hardest worker. Like I'm just so excited to see where she goes.
Yes, like she's there's a lot of kids that we get to see grow up on the Car stage, and she's like one of them that we're so proud of her. Mm-hmm. You know. These kids, I just love them all, you guys.
I know.
Okay, anyways.
Yeah. Oh,
kudos.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Okay, Ultra Chicago. There's just too many. Sorry, we're bringing it back.
It's okay.
This is Act 402, Transformation from Concord Dance Company. Love them. I was so excited to see them again this year. We saw them last year at Ultra, and they absolutely killed it. So I was so excited to see what they brought this year. And they brought it, y'all. They brought it. Again, another studio where their cross-training is just so absolutely crazy. Also, shout out, I know their hip-hop teacher is Julian Ray, and he was just on So You Think. Yeah. So, like, that's really cool to, like, see him pursuing his career. Yep. And also see them, like, pouring into these kids. And it's in Chicago, but then he's out here, like, doing So You Think. So, it's really cool. And then I know their other teacher, Kaylee Copel, she is pursuing dance out here as well. So it's really cool that they have these teachers that are pouring into them in Chicago, but then still pursuing their professional career. So you know they're getting like the best possible training from people who are really still in it and still training themselves. Mm-hmm. So it's really tight, and you could see why these kids are getting as good as they are. This was their mega group. So it was literally like all of their studio, basically. They were in these gorgeous red velvet suits.
Ooh.
Yeah, so cool.
I love it.
And I think this number really stood out to me from them because they really got to utilize all their styles. So they did use like their hip hop elements and their like isolations and their textures and everything, but then they would like go into like a triple, into like a split, you know? So like they would show like, they're like, we could do it all, you know? Like,
let me give it all to you.
Let me just give it to you real quick. And so, yeah, this number was absolutely insane. All their kids have so much power, so much passion, and they're getting that movement quality and those isolations and that texture with then like their crazy technique too. So shout out to Concord Dance Company because I absolutely enjoyed seeing them all weekend, but this one like really stood out to me and everyone was in it. So shout out.
I love it.
The next one I'm going to talk about is Dancer's Edge from Car Detroit. I was so excited to see them. We have seen them on the Car stage for years. They never disappoint. Elisa and Kelly are doing a phenomenal job. And the first one I want to talk about was our Superline winner, Act 400 Dreams. You guys, this belonged on the UDA Nationals stage.
Their turns are out of this world.
Their turns were so fast. Like boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
So fast, so controlled, so clean. And they were not just doing like the one. Like it's not like, oh, it's just the one turn section of the dance. It was every 15 seconds, there was a different turn combination going on. And then this girl was doing her insane turns, bringing it down to a float. And then this girl was doing her aerial. Like there was, I'm not even kidding. I was like this the entire time because
you were like, whoa, whoa.
It was so good. And I feel like why it was so good was because they had lifts. So there was a lift here, a turn section here, a floor section here. Then they were coming up with the lift. Like their musicality and their
Julie's
choices.
face.
Because she's speeding up. She's like, they're doing that. Like you're speeding up with them.
Yeah, because it was that good. But they find like those moments to take while still entertain. Like it was just so well done. Their musicality, their moments, and their choreography choices are so smart. And you can just tell these dancers train hard. Every time I was walking backstage to go and find something to eat or whatever I was doing, they were just practicing, running it.
Wow.
So I know that they are on top of it, and you can tell. They received first overall in our elite line 15 to 19, as well as our first overall elite small group 15 to 19. And that was for Act 407, Free Your Mind. This was a stunning lyrical piece. And I was trying to watch all their routines, trying to figure out like, why do I love watching these groups so much? And I think what really solidifies it is Act 470, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. This was that first overall elite small group 15 to 19. This is just so stunning. And I think it's their formations. Their formations are so well done, and I feel like they are really good with their visuals. So like they're leveling, and like there was this one point where I don't know if it was this one, but like they got in two circles and they were both going in like opposite directions with choreography, and it was just such a cool visual. I almost thought I wish we had a camera on the top of the stage to look down, because I can just tell they have that formation like brain. Like they just get it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was just loving it. Every single time they were walking out on the stage, I was like, love it. Like this is just another routine to try to figure out how I can squeeze in as little as possible into this episode. But I could talk about you guys all day. I also am kicking myself because that last night on Sunday, normally I like to do the Minnesota Turn Challenge with my elites, and they would have ate it up.
Oh, they would have.
And we were just, our brains were, it's Sunday night, it's day 3, our brains are gone at that point, but I'm so mad. I'm kicking myself because
they would do it.
They would have done so well. They probably would have been able to done it. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, congratulations, Dancer's Edge. You guys are always a pleasure to have at our events. And yeah, just keep up the incredible training and the hard work. It does not go unnoticed.
Dang. Okay, I wish I was there. Okay, I'm going to travel on down to Rainbow San Jose. This dancer I actually saw earlier in the season at Car Hayward. But I already had talked about so many performances that I was like, I know she's coming back. So I'm going to talk about her at this next one. So it was Act 569, Cellophane. This was Brooklyn Barrios from Michelle's Dance Explosion. Oh my goodness. What can I say about this dancer? She is bananas. I don't know, like there's so many adjectives that I could use to describe this performer. Not only is she humble and respectful, but she's a great technician. She is a great performer. She's charismatic on stage. Charismatic is like my word.
Let's go.
Of the weekend. It was that creepy kind of song. I think it's kind of creepy, like that. Did not do it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that song?
Love that, though, yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think that Sophia Lucia actually choreographed this routine for her, because when she came out on stage at Car Hayward and said the name of the choreographer, she said Sophia Lucia, and we were all like, I'm sorry. Who?
Slay.
What? Get it, girl?
Okay.
I saw this performance in Hayward and I couldn't believe. So seeing her get to perform it again, it only gets better. Like how do you top the last competition you competed at with your solo? I don't know. Tell me. I just think that she is a stunning technical dancer, and I can't wait to see how far she goes. I think she's only like 15 years old, 16 years old, so she still has a couple more years on our Car Rainbow Ultra stages, and we're going to see her HDE this summer. She signed up.
Woo! Love it.
Yeah. If you have received one of those Hollywood Dance Experience invitations, whether it's a $250 or $500 ones, you guys should really take advantage of that opportunity and attend. Some of the people that we had there last year with the parent talks and teaching the kids were absolutely insane. And some of the choreographers that are in talks to be at our Hollywood Dance Experience this summer, oh my gosh. Like some of these people don't even like teach classes in LA anymore because they're so busy choreographing world tours, commercials.
Yeah. It's my favorite week
Artists.
of the year.
It's,
like I love it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite week of the year.
It's going to be actually so nuts this summer. So if you have received one of those scholarships, like I swear to God, you should utilize that time and that week. You're going to get some insane training.
So good.
Your dancers are, and you are as a parent as well within our talks that we have with all of those choreographers and agents. And we had an agent from Block come last summer. We had Pace come last summer. It's an event that you don't want to miss.
Yeah. I wish it existed when I was coming up. I think it's so beneficial for so many reasons. And I'm proud to work HD.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Me too. Yeah. I just talked to someone on the phone from Car Minneapolis about Car Convention coming to Minneapolis this morning. And he was like, can you tell me more about HD? And I was like, you guys should go.
Yes, let me go.
I was like, I'll see you there. It's going to be so great. We'll chat, you know. So yeah, if you've received one of those scholarships, definitely utilize it. Take advantage of it. If you can't go this summer, it's going to be back next summer. So start saving now.
Yeah.
All right. My last one from Ultra Chicago. It's Act 208 Say Something from Evolve Dance Company. This one was so great. It was a small group, so only like 5 or 6 of them. So I love how in tune they were with each other. They had so much emotion. Like, you felt it so strong. Like, I think I even heard one of the judges just be like, wow. Like, it got you.
Wow.
And wow, the choreography was so great. The technique was insane, but they have these really effective moments. I think about towards the end, they started doing this thing where they would have one person almost like just stand completely still. Ooh. And like everyone else was almost like dancing at them, and like they would break off and everyone would have their moment, and everyone would be like almost trying to get their attention, like almost like when you're in a fight with someone and you're literally just like, you are not hearing me, you know, like where it feels like that person is literally just like not hearing you, and that's literally what the dance was. So it was really, really interesting. At the end, there was like one girl left on stage, and the music got so quiet, and you can hear her like just like breathing, and I was like, woo,
I'm feeling it, girl.
Whoa, yeah, like it was heavy, and it was really, really great. Like they were so in it, and the choreography was so smart with those little break-offs that like it was so effective. And wow, I just really, that one was good.
She's feeling it now, the goosebumps.
Yeah. And this is just after. Imagine how it is when we're actually there at the show. Like I'm literally like, it's so intense. I love it.
It is.
Okay, the last one I'm going to cover from Car Detroit is Tina Marie's School of Dance. Miss Bernadette Foth, you are incredible. I love your studio. I'm so excited. So 192, winner takes it all. They received first overall intermediate line, 15 to 19. This song already.
Yeah. Like, as soon as you said it, I was like, ooh.
As soon as you know it's going to be this song, you're like, okay, you better deliver. You know what I mean? And did they deliver? You can just feel their energy. There's something so supportive. Like you can feel it from their parents. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you're sitting down at that table and you feel the energy coming off the stage and you feel the parents like giving it back. And it was such a good energy every time they took the stage. And I mean, their transitions on and off. That's one of my favorite things about Burns choreography is her use of the stage, like the way it travels and then people add back on, and it's done so seamlessly. I love it. And they did the same thing for Act 433, Namakite Pa, first overall elite large group 15 to 19.
That one's good too.
That song again, like the two songs are the ones that are like, you have to do this song justice.
Yep.
And they did it proud. This one actually also received that Ultimate Elite Performance Glass Award for scoring over that 291 as well. And wow, I almost missed this one because I was like running to go to the bathroom really quick. And I was like, I cannot miss it. And I came back and I wasn't able to sit in the front of the stage. I had to watch from like that side staircase. But I'm almost glad I did because I got to watch it from like this perspective. So I was seeing the entire staff and judging panel's reactions as well as like those first 5 rows reactions.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, ooh. So yeah, I was just so impressed with Tina Marie's School of Dance. You guys were all awesome. Loved getting to meet some of your dancers, and yeah, just your guys' details and attention to the choreography and the transitions, I think is really what makes you guys super special. So thank you guys for joining us at Car Detroit. We always love seeing you and can't wait to see more.
It's so crazy, you guys, because like during comp, we want to see every single dance. And so sometimes we don't even want to step away to like use the restroom, go eat, go like run to get an errand done or something, because we want to be at that table the entire time. Yeah. So if you see us leave for any reason, it's because like we really have to go. But know that we never want to leave. Yeah. Like we never want to leave backstage. We never want to leave the table. Like, oh my gosh.
I know.
This season is just
so
seasoning in the best way.
It is. I feel like also, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just because I think a lot of studios kind of had to get back into their groove after COVID.
Maybe.
Us included as a company, you know what I mean? We had to make so many adjustments to how we did things. So I think this season just feels so right. And I feel like everyone is just in their flow and it's just going so well. I love it.
Oh yeah.
The last ones I'm going to talk about is a couple of our MC recommendations. I'm just going to give a couple little shout outs. So, first of all, from Rainbow San Gabriel, MC Serena wanted me to shout out Act 365, My Own Hero from Cutting Edge Dance Center. Ooh. Cutting Edge has been killing it all season long. Their Piano Man routine that we talked about from Ultra to from our first Ultra weekend, like they are just doing so well this season. So excited for them. Another one was from Car Nashua. MC Katie said Act 260, Ellis Island from Apogee Dance Academy. She said, I teared up. Their storytelling and concept was crazy good, and their choreography technique was so beautiful and clean. They received that first overall in Elite, scoring that 292. Ooh, stunning. So
Apogee is great.
Apogee, we love Alex and all of you guys over at Apogee. They're actually an official DAC Hope studio.
Wow.
Yeah, so you guys have just been killing it. Clearly, like we can only fit so many in an episode. Today was a pretty long episode just because we've had so many shows, but you guys all deserve to be talked about. And if we could not talk about you, like please know we still love you and we wanted to fit as much into this episode as we possibly can. But
it would be like 3 hours long.
Literally. Yeah. Think about it. Cause I mean, just one show is, 46 hours.
Yeah. Of performances. Dancing. Yeah.
It's wild. But anyway, we love you guys. We are so excited for these upcoming weeks. We have one show weekend this upcoming weekend, and then we have a spring break. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are going to be heading anywhere this weekend, where are you guys going?
I'm going to be in Redondo Beach.
I'm going to be in Detroit.
Nice. So I bet you'll see some of mine maybe. Really quickly, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our amazing Dancers Against Cancer Hope story, Miss Layla Cordy. Oh, she turned 9 years old over the weekend, and she was actually competing at one of our IDA sponsoring competitions, which is Beyond the Stars. She made it into the top 10, which I was so proud of her. This is her first competition back from being in chemo and all of her treatment, and to place in the top 10 is amazing. So I was just so excited for her. It was her 9th birthday, and they brought her up on stage. They recognized her as a DAC Hope story. Her mom was just saying she was having the best weekend of all time. So thank you to Beyond the Stars for showing our Hope Story some extra love. We love when our dancers get to come and compete at our sponsoring competitions and conventions for Dancers Against Cancer. It's always an amazing time to connect with our DAC Hope Stories and get them connected to our sister competitions and our affiliated competitions and conventions who sponsor us. So thank you. And if any of our Hope Stories are competing at any of our upcoming competitions, make sure you let us know. We are so excited to see you on our car stages, as well as any of our other IDA sponsor stages. So thank you guys. And we are continuing to do those donations throughout the season. So make sure you're following I'm a Dancer Against Cancer for more information on how to get involved. Well, as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you guys are following all things car, Rainbow, Ultra, DAC, Playback Podcast. We have a lot of things coming up that are fun surprises this season. So stay tuned and we'll see you on the road.